people want friend slop. What's that all about? I'm gonna regret it. I know I'm gonna regret it. We hate to see it, truly. You have more money. Why are you here? I love games about little mice doing little things. I think we should let the witches in. What's wrong with the witches? I love a book. What can I say? Please pay no attention to the monstrosities on this side of the screen. This is entirely giving away how I record these and the fact that I flip the screen so it's centered properly. So you guys can just see like this monstrosity of flipped stickers. We're gonna ignore it. Hello, friends and gamers. We're doing a little bit of a lighter deep dive today, or at least in this video, because there might be other deep dives going up at the same time. I also am wearing my braces, trays. So if I sound a little funky, that's why. I'm realizing I forgot to take them out, and at this point it's too late. But I'm not co-streaming this event, so if it's a little scuff, it's fine. Anyways, that being said, we are in the summer game shenanigan season, and this year particularly, I am co-streaming officially about half of the events, and will unofficially be covering the other half. So the ones that I'm not covering, these are ones that one of them I've covered in the past, and I was not impressed by it, so we did not cover it this year. I also do not think they sought out co-streamers this year. I did not hear anything about it, but I was pretty harsh on it last year, so that makes sense. We'll talk about that one, I think, last, because it is on my list here. I have all of them open in tabs in a Steam browser, so I'm going to be going through these throughout our time here. But most of these are ones I did not see any sort of co-streamer sign up. I don't think they took co-streamer signups, or at least I didn't know about it. Some of these are new showcases, what have you. And so I did want to cover them, especially because I thought Summer Game Shenanigans was exactly set up like it was last year, where we were doing one huge weekend rush, and then right after was Steam Next Fest. But it turns out this year they split up a lot of the showcases, so they're on different days, which is really nice for me, because if anyone remembers from last year, I sat here and covered 8 hours of showcases on Saturday for all the indie game showcases, and it was rough. I had to eat my lunch during a showcase, which still might be happening this year, because the ones I am officially co-streaming, I will be posting reaction videos for, as well as the deep dives in Steam, because I do enjoy doing my Steam deep dives. But the ones that I am not co-streaming, I won't be posting reactions for, but I will be doing a little bit of a deep dive for. And I'm realizing here, I think I have a tab open for Day of the Devs, and I actually think that gets its own bit. So I'm gonna close that tab. I think technically I am co-streaming Day of the Devs. It was included in the Summer Game Fest information. So I think I'm just co-streaming that. Anyways, we're gonna start with IGN Live. These are in no particular order, just the order they showed up in on the events page on Steam. So IGN Live was first. I don't think it's happened yet, technically. It does say it's taking place on June 6th and 7th, I guess in person, and they're also gonna be streaming those days. So we're gonna take a look at all of the games here. We're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive. It's not gonna be crazy like the ones for the ones I'm officially covering, but we're gonna cover it regardless, because I have more time. I don't think IGN Live is pretty light as well, which is nice. And we have seen some of these before, so this should be interesting. We actually might have quite a bit to talk about now that I'm looking at some of these. And some of these games we already have talked about in other videos here. So we're gonna start just whatever order they show up in. We have Frog Squad. This is a multiplayer game, so it is gonna be a skip from me. I'm not a multiplayer girly, and it's not listed as having a single player option. I can't make a proper segue into this description because it's a little bit awkwardly worded. So up to 8-player co-op extraction puzzle platformer where you swing, jump, catapult your friends, and eat in caps until you grow into a humongous mega frog. Squad up with your frog friends and storm the sewers for the glory of the Swamp King. This is coming out June 11th, 2026. At the end of the day, it is friend slop, but I personally don't have a problem with friend slop. I know this might be controversial. I think that's how I would say that word. I don't think friend slop is necessarily bad. It passes the AI vibe check. We have a couple of different things we do here for our deep dives. I'll explain as we go along. We're looking for demo dive videos. A demo dive is a thing we've done on the channel for years now. It's a series on the channel where I dive into demo games. It's not a deep dive, it's a demo dive. This is the deep dive. There is not a demo available for this, but there is a play test. I'm not going to request access to it though, because it is a co-op game. A lot of times I will throw co-op games into demo dives if there is a single player option, but this is a friend slop co-op game. I don't think there's anything wrong with friend slop as long as you're not using AI, and this game isn't using AI, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Because here's the thing, the people want friend slop sometimes. Sometimes you just want to play a silly game with your friends. And you might be thinking, well, just go to like round 1 or like Dave and Buster's or something. Go outside and play games with your friends. Sometimes your friends live in other countries. And that's the purpose. That's what friend slop is for, right? You see, like, it's very popular with streamers for that reason, because we all live all over the place. So I don't have a problem with friend slop. Shocking. We have seen this game before, and it says it was at the 2025 Day of the Devs for the Game Awards one. I don't know if we covered that one, though. We have seen this one before, though. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just not for me because I don't play multiplayer games, and that's okay. But we are looking for demo dive videos, or demo dive games for demo dive videos here, because the demo dive, it is a series we've done on the channel for ages now, where I play about 4 games, anywhere from 3 to like 6 games in one video. We've done 10 once. That was chaotic, and we're never doing it again. But 3 to 6 games per one video. Each game gets 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how swamped we are. I've now put it up to a random number generator though, so we don't play everything, but everything does go on the list. And at the end of the day, our goal is to give it a play or an A. With demo dives, play is very loose. It's just like, I'm gonna put this on my wish list, or I'm gonna put, you know, like, so that's the goal. And anything that does not get put in the demo dive, I have another like general player nay demo dive type list that all of them get thrown onto, so that if the demo is available at a later date, I can check it out then. We are currently at number 63 on the list, so we're starting with 64, and that's what we'll be adding to from here. Our next game then is Warhammer 40,000. I don't know, I think it's 40k, but it's stylized as 40,000. I've never played a Warhammer game. I have a couple on my player nay list, but I've never played one. This is Rogue Trader, coming out. Oh, it's actually out already. It came out December 7th, 2023. I figured it did, because Warhammer's like, they have like a big release like every other year or so. Made in close partnership with Games Workshop, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader is a story-rich classical RPG from Owlcat Games, developers of the critically acclaimed game Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, which is another like CRPG that is wildly popular. So again, doesn't surprise me that they did a collab 3 years ago. I almost said 2 years, but it has technically been 3 years. What did they do a major update? First look at the augmentation system. So I guess there was a major update. Infinite Mansion DLC comes out June 11th. So that must be what they were showing off. I've not played the original game though, and there's not a demo. Obviously it passes the AI vibe check. This game came out before generative AI in games was really like a big thing, so that makes sense. Although I am happy to see they're not like adding it in with future updates and DLC, because I have seen that happen. I do trust the Warhammer franchise. I do have a couple different Warhammer games on my player nay list already. They have like through PR reached out before, so I have nothing against Warhammer. It's just never a franchise I really got into, but I would like to. So there's that. Should we like pull a Warhammer game? No, I would sometimes. If I don't have as many demos to cover, I will pull like a different game. I would, because I have other Warhammer games in my Steam library. I would like pull one of those and play it instead. But we have a lot of games to cover, so I'm not going to do that today, but the thought was there. We then have Cast Outs. This is another co-op game. There's no single player option, nor is there a demo, so it is going to be a skip today. But urban fantasy collides with true co-op as you and your crew unleash visceral physical magic, amplifying each other's powers and pushing back invaders in the fight to save your city. The release date is to be announced. Personally, I, fun fact, love the urban fantasy genre. Urban fantasy is not exactly what it says on the tin. They go a little bit further with it here, but urban fantasy essentially just means fantasy that takes place in the modern world. So like, your wizard has a cell phone, essentially. Like, think about it that way. It's a genre I really, really like because I think it plays with ideas of fantasy and sci-fi as well, very interestingly most of the time, particularly because what happens when you combine magic and technology. I think that's a really interesting thing to talk about. And so we're seeing a little bit of it in the trailer here. I do think of all the co-op games, this is probably going to be my favorite one that I will not play, because there is no single player option for this one, particularly just because I love the magic in the modern world vibe, you know? Like, the term urban fantasy is a little bit outdated as a genre term, and I know a lot of people have hangups about it, but we don't have it. We need a better term. Modern magic could be a fun one. Because urban fantasy is not what it sounds like on the tin, right? It really is just magic in modern times. So yeah, this one's probably my favorite of all the co-op games I will not play, particularly for that reason. We then move on to a game we've talked about already in these videos before, Mexican Ninja. This was, I think, shown off just recently at Endix, and then it's at the big indie showcase. I'm not covering that one this year. Yes, it was at Spring Endix. We talked about it there. We talked about it in another video as well, so obviously it passes the vibe check. I think it's already on my list, so now we have to get into, I have to add extra tags if we see a game at another Showcase, yes, it was at Endix. This is also a demo dive reject. I was supposed to demo it, I think, back in December and just never got to it. Maybe it might have also been a February Steam Next Fest reject. I don't fully remember, but the demo is already in my library, as you can see. So I'm changing around my tags a little bit, but Mexican Ninja is kind of exactly what this one is exactly what it sounds like on the tin. Become the Mexican Ninja and fight to take back Nuevo Tokyo, where narcos and yakuzas have fused into the ruthless narcuzas. I don't know how to put it to say that one. Master slick combos, unleash outrageous Mexican jutsus, and craft deadly builds in this fast, chaotic 2.5D roguelike beat 'em up. I think this one just sounds fun. This has shown up before. We've talked about this game before. I think this game could do very well just with the chaos of it all, and I would like to give it a try. And so hopefully we'll roll for it this time. It will no longer be a demo dive reject, and we can actually see what this game is all about. Also, because this is our first time bringing the term up in this video, a demo dive reject is not a bad thing. It just means that it was on a demo dive list at some point in time, and because I leave it up to chance, we don't always get to play every single game on the list. In fact, most of the time, we don't get to play most of the games on the list. So a demo dive reject is essentially just, it was on a demo dive list, did not roll it, did not play it, and so it's technically now a reject. It's not a bad thing, especially if it ends up on another demo dive list, because that means that we have another chance to try it out. I will use that term throughout this video, especially because there are games we have seen here already, and it's not bad. Don't worry about it. Then we have Backyard Baseball. This is probably another co-op. It does have a single player option, but I don't like sports games, so it'll probably be a skip from me. But the arcade style classic is back. I guess maybe this is a remaster or something? It's leveling up with enhanced gameplay, new game modes, and all the humor and charm of the original. Okay, so this is a game that is being remastered technically, and I never played the original. This is Backyard Baseball like it was always meant to be played. Wishlist now for opening day on July 9th. Are you ready to play like a kid again? Yes, it does say that this game is coming out on July 9th, 2026. There is a demo. It passes the vibe check and everything. I do think I'm going to skip this one though, just because I'm not a big fan of sports games. And I know really nothing about baseball. So I am gonna skip this one because I'm not the target audience. Then we have Astroburn. Dodge everything, destroy anything, stack ridiculous firepower, and unleash anime-style catnip-powered chaos. This is also not the art style I was expecting based on the hero art. In this fast-paced, cute 'em up, bullet hell. Instead of beat 'em up, it's cute 'em up because it's cute apparently. Play as Astro, a space cat with her robot companion on their journey home, battling through absurd enemies, deadly hazards, and unhinged bosses. This came out on April 27th of this year. It is in early access. There is a demo available still. It does pass the AI vibe check. We've actually not seen this game ever, like anywhere before. Because they do have the award here for the London Games Festival. I did not cover that one. Apparently it was also at TwitchCon. I don't go to TwitchCon, I'm not on Twitch. I don't really care about TwitchCon. So this is our first time seeing this game. It looks extremely chaotic, but we're gonna put it on the demo dive list, and if we roll it, we roll it. Let us put it on the list. This is our first new game for the video, so we'll give it a try. Then we have a DLC, technically, I think. Yeah, this is technically DLC for Poppy Playtime, because I'm pretty sure Poppy Playtime is one of those horror games. Yeah, the first chapter is listed as free to play, and then every chapter after that is technically DLC content. Which I don't know how I feel about that model, but I guess it makes sense well enough, because technically then chapter 1 would be like a demo, essentially. This was released back in February of this year, though. And we have to go, there's no description for DLC on Steam, so we're gonna just go look at the description for Poppy Playtime. I feel like everyone knows what Poppy Playtime is at this point. But you must stay alive in this horror/puzzle adventure. Try to survive the vengeful toys waiting for you in the abandoned toy factory. Use your grab pack to hack electrical circuits or nab anything from afar. Explore the mysterious facility and don't get caught. Listen, earlier on I mentioned how sometimes I'll sub in other games in a franchise that I do have or are free or whatever, or have a demo because the other one isn't available. If we look at the Chapter 5 DLC, I could buy it, but it is paid money. There's no demo for it. Poppy Playtime, however, as part of its selling point, its business model, Chapter 1 is technically free. It might be Chapter 1 and 2, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, it's only Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is $10. I don't know how I feel about it because this is, $64.96 isn't that bad. That's the price of a game. It would be after this, any chapters that would kind of start to push it over that $70 mark, where I'd be like, yeah, this ain't worth it, bestie. What are we doing? Like, they bundle 1, 2, and 3 for cheaper. But what about 4 and 5? What's that all about? Okay, anyways, yeah, we're gonna put Poppy Playtime on the list. I'm gonna regret it. I know I'm gonna regret it, but too late now. It's on there. I put it on there. I'm gonna regret that, but I feel like we kind of had to at this point. All right, moving on. I can't sit here and talk too long about Grave Seasons because I have talked about it in other videos. I very much look forward to the release of Grave Seasons. It finally has a release date of August 14th of this year. This is like a mix of Stardew Valley and any sort of murder mystery visual novel you've ever seen. And I really look forward to it. I trust the devs so deeply because one of them has a Blade Honkai Star Rail plushie. It was in a video they did, and I trust that person. We have seen this game plenty of times before, though. I'm very excited for it. But if you have never seen this game before, Grave Seasons is a narrative farming sim with a terrifying twist. Someone in the town is a supernatural serial killer. Farm, romance, and investigate your way through the unsettling town of Ashen Ridge. I have been looking forward to this game for years now, and so I'll buy this if I have to. Quite frankly, I get a lot of games just for free. I'll buy this one if I have to. I'm desperate. Next is I think a multiplayer horror game, so this is definitely a no from me. Carnival Hunt, an asymmetric multiplayer horror game set inside a living, ever-shifting mechanical carnival designed by the Puppet Master. One player becomes the carnival monster while others play as puppet bunnies, struggling to survive, ascend, and escape the hunt. I mean, this sounds like it could do well enough. There's no demo available, which kind of saves me. It passes the AI vibe check. They did have an alpha test, it looks like, back in February, but that is no longer available, obviously. There's no demo, so I get to protect my peace and I don't have to play it. Then we have Blind Descent, which is really hard to say with braces. An open world survival adventure that unveils the mysteries of the Martian depths, which is also very hard to say with braces. Play solo or with friends in 4-player co-op as you search for the missing team, adapt to survive by building custom tools, upgrading the base, and or mutating in this bizarre alien world. Release date is to be announced. There is a demo and there is a single player option, so I think we'll put it on the list. I am very hit or miss with survival base builder games though. Sometimes I just get kind of bored with them, and they're so sandbox heavy that I don't really know what to do next. And they're built to play with multiple people. So trying to play solo, then you kind of run into the problem of I don't really know what I'm supposed to do next, because thing I'm supposed to do next is have somebody else do something else, you know, like it doesn't really work in a solo situation. So we are going to put the demo in our library, and then also I'm going to request playtest access just in case it's a little bit different or they do one later. I don't get to it now. Sometimes if I get playtest access later on, gives us another chance to check it out if it's a reject situation. So we are going to try it. And I don't think I have a tag for co-op games. Usually I do. I don't. Tag that as co-op so I know what we're getting into a little bit. But we are going to play it solo because it looks good. It looks pretty good. It passes the vibe check. It looks like I would enjoy parts of it. Then we have a game we have seen before. It's already on the list. Ball Game, which originally I was going to skip this because I'm not a big sports person, but it just looks so interesting. Aim, bounce, smash, and grind your way through Ball Game, a ballsy physics platformer where you are the ball. I did talk about my hang up on physics-based platformers, particularly in I think it was the Mix Showcase video. I never took physics in high school. It's a long story. I talk about it in that video. I'm not going to rehash it. So this might be a struggle for me. Compete in challenging tournaments, speed-driven heists, and physics-bending courses where the precision of golf meets the speed of pinball. Demo's already in the library, as you can see. It passes the vibe check. This looks fun. It looks fun. What can I say? I have to now find it on my list here. Found it so that I can tag it with IGN Live so that when I go to record the demo dive, I can say this game is from this showcase. This is where we saw it. It's in this video. So yeah, cool. That's Ball Game for the second time. Then is a game that's already on my wish list. So I definitely have seen this before, and I do know for a fact I've seen this before, but I'm not sure where particularly. This is Tanuki Pon Summer. Just as coming soon for the release date, passes the AI vibe check, which it's already on my wish list, so of course it does. It looks like they originally did have a release date last year, and they, at the end of 2025, shifted it. But there is not like a set one yet. But the Tanuki Festival is just a month away and the shrine is in disrepair, followed upon a well-meaning if a bit lazy Tanuki with a part-time job at the post office, as he works to restore the shrine before summer ends. Deliver packages, make friends, and get the shrine ready for the big festival. I also do appreciate how that initial trailer is done in 2D, and the game style, while being done in 3D, still tries to copy that 2D feel pretty closely. You see a lot of games where the like hero art and the marketing art will be 2D, and then you get in game and it's very clearly just like a different vibe, which isn't always bad, but it always is a little bit jarring. My one hang up with this would be it is being published by Critical Reflex, and I'm not going to get into it fully, but Critical Reflex, play with caution. They do a lot of horror games, but the thing that they've kind of been in hot water for recently is that they've had some allegations against them, and don't love that. Don't love that. So do take it with a grain of salt. There is not a demo for this, so we will not be demoing it anyways, but yeah, do take anything Critical Reflex publishes with a grain of salt. This is not on the developer, it is on the publisher. Just make that distinction real quick. I have nothing against the devs. It's just an unfortunate situation that the devs have probably ended up in at this point, for having a little bit of a scummy publisher, but it is what it is. Then we have Bellwright. This is out already? Yeah, it's already out. Totally different vibe from the last game. Establish and expand your own settlements, liberate the land and assist its villagers, and recruit others to your cause while learning more about a life you had to leave behind. Command your forces, prove your valor through combat, and cement yourself as the hero of your people. Mostly positive reviews came out in April of last year in early access. I don't see anything about a 1.0 release anytime soon, and it does not pass the AI vibe check. This is our first one. All right. It is getting the block, but let's see what they have to say for themselves. The developers describe how their game uses AI-generated content like this. Generative AI is used during development to prototype the voice acting. Expect professional voice acting quality by the full release. I just think that's lazy, because you don't... Here's the thing. Fun fact. If you don't have the money to pay a voice actor, you just don't have to put in voice acting. Voice acting is not a make or break for a game. Fun fact. You can just have your player read the dialogue. It's not that hard. I do think good voice acting done by a person can really highlight parts of a game. I mean, we've seen some stellar voice acting roles just last year alone in games that used real people for voice acting. Like, I think Claire Obscure sweeped every single game's voice acting award last year, and for good reason. The voice acting in that game is very good. But if you don't have the money or the funds to hire a voice actor, using AI-generated voices, even if it is a prototyping situation, just is extremely lazy to me. And I look at that, really any generative AI use in a game, I look at that as a player and I'm like, oh, you don't care about the art you are creating. Even if it is a prototype situation, I'm like, you don't care about the art you're creating, because to do like an AI stamp of approval onto your game, just see, it's like, what other, you say you're only using it for that, but how can I trust you? How can I trust that you are putting care and love into this game when you're using generative AI? It's that sort of thing. I mean, think about any event you've seen that uses a generative AI poster. It's like, oh, that seems sketchy. You know, like it seems something's off about it. So this is definitely gonna be a skip from us, which is unfortunate because it does sound like something I might enjoy. It's a open world city builder. I do think I could enjoy this game, and I would have loved to do an early access review for it, but I don't play anything with generative AI in it. It just is lazy work. So we're gonna skip it. Because that's the thing, I cover so many visual novels on the channel, and there's like, I have a list of more that I wanna cover. I play so many games that are like visual novels or visual novel adjacent. Those don't have voice acting. Most of the time they don't have voice acting. I just read it myself. And I've said this before, but from a content creator's perspective, a lot of times games without voice acting are a little bit easier for me to handle because I don't have to worry about the editing portion and keeping in the voice acting. I just read it myself and it's a clean edit. So a lot of times it's easier for me if it doesn't have the voice acting, quite frankly. We hate to see it, truly. Especially because Mix yesterday, I did the Mix video yesterday. I don't know when in relation this video will be going up. Mix, I had over 2.5 hours of footage for that showcase. Not a single game included AI. And so that's extremely impressive to me because I have covered so many events that have, like, that's probably the first event I've covered this year that is clean on no generative AI usage at their showcase, which is extremely impressive. Props to Mix for that. That video ended up getting really long, so I didn't really get to like talk about that in that video, but I'm still extremely impressed by that. I have a huge respect and I'm very impressed by the mixed team for that. IGN, you have more money than the mixed team. IGN, what happened? Also on the point of the events including generative AI games just makes the event itself seem lazy to me. So it's just all around, it just seems like everyone is being lazy. And in an industry like gaming, where it is so expensive to make a game and takes so much care and effort to use generative AI to like cut those corners. First of all, what other corners are you cutting? Second of all, it's just like you chose to work in games. Games don't really pay well. Why are you here? Anyways, we're actually going to move on because IGN isn't just an indie game event. They do cover some AAAs, being The Expanse of Osiris Reborn. We have seen this game before, and this is another one being done by Owlcat, which we saw with Warhammer. I actually do look forward to this game. Fun fact, I think it looks really good. I've never seen I think it's The Expanse, which is very hard to say what Bryce is the show that it's based off of, but the initial trailer that was shown, I think it's I don't think it was Summer Game Fest, I think it was the Game Awards last year, looked really, really good. It does look like they're planning a beta soon. I'm gonna throw this on my wish list. I didn't get to do a deep dive for Game Awards last year, and so this just never ended up on a wish list. I also don't know if it had a page until just recently, but this will be coming out in Q2 of 2027, so it does have quite a bit of time still. But The Expanse Osiris Reborn is a third-person action RPG set in the Expanse universe. If I end up liking this game, obviously I'll watch the show. It'll be a play-or-nay situation, kind of, because the show. Anyways, you're no hero, just a merc caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, which I actually think is a really cool premise. Trying to hold your crew together and keep the ship up and running. Your choices will shape your story. This sounds really good, cool to me. I would like to play it. It does have a pretty extensive mature content description. We're not going to fully get into that because I don't want to get demonetized, but do check your content warnings, obviously, but we're not demoing this yet because the beta is not available yet. I do look forward to having a beta eventually. Next is a game that immediately looks right up my alley. It is Moss the Forgotten Relic, an emotional and atmospheric adventure set in the pages of a living storybook brimming with myth and ancient magic. Guide a tiny but determined hero on a heartfelt journey of challenge, courage, and connection, coming out this year. Also, there's been like an uptick in games about little mice doing things, and I've been like, why do I feel so connected to these games about little mice doing things? It's because one of my favorite books as a child was about a little mouse doing things. I don't remember the name, but it had like a white in cover. The spine of the book was red. The little mouse was on it, and his name started with a D and ended with like an X. I don't remember the letters in between, but I loved this book as a kid. I read it like 3 times, which is a lot for a kid. It passes the vibe check, thank God. There's no demo, but I'm putting it on my wish list because I'm learning I love games about little mice doing little things. Thank you. Then is Alcahest, hard to say. We saw this at Mixed yesterday, I believe, but Alcahest is an action-adventure RPG set in a murky medieval world, where satisfying melee combat with highly interactive environments takes center stage. Explore realistic locations, learn alchemy, and make a name for your family. The release date is to be announced. We have seen this one already, so it passes the vibe check. It's already on my wish list. I do and am curious to see more from this one. Next, Soul Walker. This is a psych horror. A 3v1 asymmetrical multiplayer horror game where sound is deadly, so I'm assuming it uses your microphone. It's one of those. Survive together or betray others for your own safety, uncover hidden roles, and outsmart the Soul Walker that hunts by noise. Yeah, this definitely uses the mic, right? It says in-game chat. Does it use your mic or not? It doesn't say anything. At least I'm not seeing anything on a skim. There's no demo for this one, but I don't love playing games that use my mic. Just something about it gives me a little bit of the ick. I can't explain why. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like them and they go triple platinum on Twitch, but they're not for me. And that's okay. Then, a game we have already seen before, Breath Edge 2. There's no demo for it still, but we saw this probably at Mix. Sent on a reckless mission, you find yourself in outer space filled with numerous dangers and things to explore. Build, craft, manage your crew, look after the chicken, and defeat the evil space corporation in this new breathtaking survival game. I did say survival games can be hit or miss for me, but I am intrigued by the chicken, as well as taking down an evil space mega corporation. Love that. So, It is coming out this year at some point, but there is no demo. There's also no AI, which is great, but there's no demo. So it's on the wish list until we get a demo, possibly. Then Under Canopy's Peaceful Survival. Forget the stress of survival in this cozy open world sim. You don't fight nature, you join it. Build your dream cabin piece by piece, cook complex meals with crops you watered yourself, and fill your photo album with rare wildlife. A serene experience where the only enemy is inefficiency. Coming out Q3 of this year, there is a demo, and you know what? It passes the vibe check. So, open world survival craft, very hit or miss for me, but it is cozy, would work out great in the cozy corner. So we're gonna put it on our list to demo and see what we get out of that. Not as many demos coming from out of this one. So, but yeah, we'll give it a try. Then similar vibe, we took that trip, which is on my wish list already. So we've seen this somewhere before, but I don't remember seeing it anywhere. This is a cozy road trip adventure about friendship, loss, and reunion. Drive and customize your van as you journey down ever-changing roads through idyllic landscapes, meet unforgettable travelers, and uncover heartfelt stories along the way with your feline companion by your side. It still passes the AI vibe check because we've seen it somewhere before. I'm not sure where, because I haven't covered any of these events. The 2023 Latin American Games Showcase was before I started covering all the indie events. But it does look like recently they partnered with indie.io for publishing, which is great. We'll give the demo a try. This is on my wish list. I'm not really sure from where, but we'll definitely give it a try. Again, another game that will be great for the Cozy Corner. So yeah, we then have to talk about Animo. So I was supposed to beta test this game. They did a beta recently and I did not play it. I had access to it, didn't play it. A little behind the scenes look. I had a tweet prepared to say we were going to cover the beta, and then for some reason something told me to delete that tweet. Like something in my brain told me to delete the tweet. I think I made a typo or something, so I deleted it and was like, oh, I'll just tweet it. I'll retweet it, but not like retweet, like I'll tweet it again. And I just never did. And then the demo was over. Or not the demo, the beta. I don't know, because it's not, it passes our AI vibe check, right? It's not listed as having any AI in it, but I feel like I saw something that gave me the ick, and so I never demoed it. I don't know if I saw AI allegations or what. Their most recent announcement is the Game Awards 2025 announcement to sign up for that beta that I did get access to, and didn't play. So there's that. I don't want to accuse it of using generative AI. There was something that gave me the ick enough to not play it. It was a conscious decision to decide not to. Also, I was very busy at the time, but like taking it off my plate, I did not feel bad about taking it off my plate, if that makes sense, and I don't remember any other information. But Animo is a free-to-play, next-gen, creature-catching open-world RPG. So like it hits all those boxes of things I would enjoy, things I already cover. Something gave me the ick. Explore the vast content of Idle, twine with unique Animo, which they're using a lot of their own proper nouns here, and I don't know enough about the game to know what's going on. Unlock new abilities, travel to a sky-floating metropolis, meet other pathfinders, and battle in exciting competitions. Choose your Animo and begin your epic journey. So there was something about it that threw me off, and I cannot tell you what it was. But there's no signups or anything for beta, so there is that. It could have been maybe the fact that the beta client was something you had to download off another website, possibly, and it wasn't through Steam, and so I decided not to play it, possibly. I don't remember. I do not remember. I think maybe the download might have been a little bit funky. Part of me does want to go look up the email because I do still probably have the email. Hold on. It's 2 eyes? It's 2 eyes. Yeah, I had access to the second closed beta back in January. Yeah, and it was funky. Okay, because I don't know how much I can share of the email, so I'm not going to pop it on screen. But it was a download directly on their website, and something told me, just don't do it, babes. So yeah, that's probably why we didn't cover the beta, because it was a little bit sketch. But hopefully if they do another beta sometime soon, it'll be through Steam, because I do trust that a little bit more. Then is Gate Guard Simulator. Totally different vibe. Step into the boots of the castle guard. Inspect seals, expose smugglers, and reveal witches. We've seen this before because I had issues with that. You decide who enters and who's turned away. Will you uphold the law or break it for your own gain? Coming out this year. I think I wanted to skip this one because it gave me the ick. Because I'm like, I think we should let the witches in. What's wrong with the witches? Also, the hero art gives me the ick a little bit as well. Yeah, okay, so this is still gonna be a skip. We could request playtest access. It's still gonna be a skip for me. I think we saw it. They did have a trailer at IGN FanFest back in February, but they posted about getting 30,000 wish lists on December 22nd, 2025. So this is probably a Game Awards thing. It's still a skip for me, and that's okay. We're skipping it. Then we have another Warhammer game, Dark Hearsay. I think that's how you say that word. Also from Owlcat. Become an acolyte of the Inquisition in this grim, dark, party-based, story-driven CRPG. Lead investigations, uncover grand conspiracies, master tactical combat, and wage a secret war against Hearsay. Hearsay? I don't know how you say that word. Sorry. Most of my knowledge of the English language, despite being a native English speaker, comes from reading things I should not have at a young age. And so words like hearsay, I don't know how to say properly. I think it's hearsay, but there's not an A in that, so I'm not sure. I basically taught myself how to read, and so now I don't know how to say most words. Apologies. The plus side, my reading level has always been way higher than it should be. I love a book. What can I say? Make tough choices as a conduit of the God Emperor's will. So, yeah, it passes the AI vibe check. Not the mature content one. That is extensive, but I don't care about that one. I care. I've said this in other deep dives. I care about the mature content disclosure. Content warnings are very important. You don't have to play something if it makes you uncomfortable, obviously. And so content warnings, extensive content warnings are very good for that reason. However, I'm much more flexible about the mature content one. The AI one, immediately you're out, but the mature content one, I'm flexible. They did have a beta back in, actually, they just had a beta in May, like the end of May of 2026, they had a beta for this game. I feel like now that we've had 2 different Warhammer games, I should probably put one of the ones I have in my library. Do I not? I'm searching Warhammer in my library and nothing's coming up, but I know I have Warhammer in here. I know I have Warhammer games in here. What the heck? All right, let's find a Warhammer game that's free then. I know you guys can't see it, but just trust. Is Warhammer 2 words? No, because I'm searching Warhammer and nothing's coming up. Oh, I forgot the R in war. Did I do that in my Steam too? Okay, yeah, no. All right, sort by lowest price. There is some free Warhammer games, but I don't know how good they are. Because there's Warhammer Combat Cards is free. But it has mixed reviews and it's not the same thing. Warhammer the Horus Hearsay Legions, is that similar? A multiplayer card game? No, it's not. Bolt Gun, Words of Vengeance. I was supposed to play this one. Okay, this is the one I was supposed to play, the Words one. The typing game? Yeah, okay. I still feel like that's not the same thing. Okay, yeah. I was gonna put a Warhammer game in the video, but I lied. Anyways, No Law is next. I think we have seen this. It seems it's ringing some bells, but I'm also not sure. Welcome to Port Desire, a city that doesn't belong to anyone, but where everyone wants a peace. You're Gray Harker, an ex-military attempting to live a quiet life after near fatal injuries in the field. All you want now is peace, but in a city of no laws, what you want isn't always what you get. Okay, interesting enough. Passes the vibe check, not the mature content one, but that's okay. I didn't think it would. There's no demo, so it's gonna be a skip for now, obviously, but it's very early on, it seems like. Then this one looks like something I would enjoy. Koshmar the Last Reverie. I can't read. When a city falls to a sleeping plague, nightmares rise up. Awaken the city as a mortician's daughter who walks the line between the sleeping and the waking. I like this premise immediately. I've read a couple books with similar parts of that, but I like this premise immediately. Yeah, put it on the wish list. It's a roguelike. Fight through the dreams, seal the rifts, make choices that chip away at who she is, try to become the nightmare that nightmares fear. This sounds so cool. If this is AI, I'm gonna cry. It doesn't. This sounds so cool. I love it. Very early on, there's like no announcements. There's like no information at all, but this sounds super cool and I can't wait to hear more about this game. This sounds great. I love it. Then we got Truck World Australia. Obviously this is going to be a skip for me, but I have a family member who really likes truck driving sims, so I might let them know about it. I didn't know this until like the last year though, that I have a family member who doesn't play any other games except for like truck driving sims, which I think is kind of funny. Anyways, take a breathtaking journey across Australia behind the wheel of a multi-ton truck. explore highways and dirt tracks, enjoy the beautiful nature, step out of the cab to manually secure the hitch and inspect your cargo. Freedom and realism await you. Yeah, I'll probably let my family member who really likes truck driving sims know about this one. It passes the AI vibe check. It's a skip for me. There's no demo, so that's fine. I don't love driving games. I'm not good at driving IRL. It's not my favorite thing to do at all, quite frankly. But like I said, I have a family member who really likes truck driving sims, so I might have to let them know about this one. I'll keep a note in the back of my brain for them. Then we have Ether and Iron. Aether and Iron. There's like two different words you can say. Two different ways you can say that word, and I don't really care. Immerse yourself in this decopunk narrative RPG set in an alternate 1930s where anti-gravitational technology has taken cars, roads, and even New York City into the sky. I have to say immediately, I love alternate history timelines with fantasy. I love it. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things. Muster a crew, master tactical turn-based combat, and unravel the dark secrets lurking beneath the floating metropolis. Now, immediately this says this takes place in the 1930s, so I am expecting Depression-era politics. I'm expecting it to get messy, but this came out March 30th of this year. It passes the AI vibe check, this is the sort of game, like an alternate history taking place in the 1930s in the US. If you put AI in that game, literally that is like morally bankrupt. So thank God. Obviously this is going in the demo dive list. This is right up my alley. This is one I might prioritize just because this is exactly the sort of thing I would enjoy, like immediately. I am looking at this and I'm like, oh, this sounds so good. This sounds so good. Oh my God. This might be the one I'm most excited for, and it's such like a nothing burger for most people, but I see this and I'm like, oh, that looks good. It looks really good. I want to play that a lot. I might just pick up the game. I might not even demo it. I might just pick up the game. We'll see. Okay, Terrible Lizards is next. This is a horror parkour game set against the backdrop of an old Route 66 attraction, with something dark and sinister lurking below. To escape, you'll need to move fast, navigate challenging terrain, and uncover what Dalton's dinos is really hiding. You'd better start running. I'm not gonna lie, this actually sounds kind of good. Sounds kind of good. Passes the vibe check. Sounds kind of good. Also, I just think it's similar to the alternate history aspect of it, the Route 66. That sounds like fun. You know, we're putting it on the wish list. There's no demo, but I'm gonna put it on the wish list. I don't even like dinosaur games. For whatever reason, I get recommended a lot of dinosaur games, but I'm not looking to play them. But this sounds really good. There's no other information on it, but it sounds good. Then, Dungeon Gambler, all in, no out. All right, pick what you owe, survive the dungeon, defeat the skeleton, enjoy your stay. Coming out this year, it passes the vibe check. I'm gonna throw this on the wish list as well. There's no other information on it, but it sounds like something I would like, so we'll wait for that. Next is Cozy Builder, which could be something I also really enjoy. Build, design, and decorate your dream chateau in a cozy vineyard valley. Isn't that a brand? It's Vineyard Vines. Not sponsored. I don't want a sponsorship from them. I've never worn a piece of their clothing ever in my life, or been interested in wearing a piece of their clothing ever in my life. Thank you. Live among your creations, harvest grapes from sunlit vineyards, and craft artisanal wine blends in a relaxing sandbox builder, where every home helps restore beauty and balance to the countryside. Sounds like something I would enjoy. There is a demo, and it passes the AI vibe check, so we're gonna throw it on the list. This is the sort of thing that would work really well in the Cozy Corner series that usually ends up being the Chaos Corner because I have no chill. But this looks like something I would enjoy. So we're about halfway through. My dog is snoring. All right, let's see if we can speedrun. I feel like we're more than halfway through. We have The Ascent next, which came out in 2021 and has mixed reviews right now. I'm wondering what happened. The Ascent is a solo and co-op action shooter RPG set in a cyberpunk world. The mega corporation that owns you and everyone, the Ascent Group, has just collapsed. Can you survive without it? It does say solo, and I feel like it's on my wish list. We've seen this before. I think I had beta access to this at one point in time. It passes the AI vibe check. It came out in 2021, so not surprised there. Hold on. I'm opening my other Steam tab. I know the screen went away for just chill for a second. Yeah, I don't have it in my library anymore. It must have been a demo that went away, especially because this came out in 2021 before demos got added to your library. I might look into actually playing. I'm curious. Hold on. I'm curious what the mixed reviews are, but I'm gonna blur it out. I just want to see what people are saying right now. Oh, one of the reviews does say that this game is brilliant, but the graphics and it's like not running properly recently. It gets repetitive, I'm seeing. And like the first couple of hours are really good, but then it starts to get really repetitive very quickly. Oh, there's reviews saying that the game is abandoned. There's unfixed bugs. Yeah, okay. The review I'm looking at right now does say at best it's a $5 game at this point, which is rough, buddy. And I'm not gonna put anyone on blast, so I am gonna blur out those reviews. But yeah, I am hoping that maybe they are working on fixing those things. Because also the recent reviews, 68% of the 38 user reviews in the last 30 days are positive. So that is still mostly positive. It just seems like the devs might have been busy preparing for IGN and are definitely, there's a sense of transparency as well. I'm not seeing any announcements on the page here. And I think if they were able to be more transparent with progress on the fixing those bugs, that might be a little bit more, it would be the opposite of concerning. That might like help some players' fears that the game has been abandoned a little bit. I've learned in the last couple of months that companies, like most companies, are really bad at being transparent. Like personal example, my apartment complex, the payment platform went down the weekend rent was due. Like the whole weekend. It didn't come back until like that Tuesday. Rent was due on Friday and it went down on Friday. And they were so bad with being transparent. They didn't really send out any emails. They sent out an email on Saturday, the day after. It was like, yeah, it's down. Can't do anything. And so then Sunday, they were like, we're being bombarded with, like, they didn't send out any, I had to call them and be like, hey, am I gonna get a late fee on my rent? What's going on, guys? I move out in 2 months. I would like to leave here on positive terms. And I had to call and they were like, oh my God, we're getting so many calls. And like complaining about the fact that they were getting so many calls. And it's like, hey, you know how you fix that? Send out an email. Be transparent. People don't know how to be transparent anymore because they don't want to admit defeat. Sometimes you just gotta take that L. It's okay. Oh my God. But yeah, I do think the devs, whether that be the devs, Neon Giant, or the publisher Krafton, someone's got to say something somewhere. Transparency is great, guys. I am gonna look into getting my hands on this game though, because it does sound like something I would enjoy, and I thought it was a multiplayer game, but you can't play it in single player. So I do hope they fix those issues and the bugs, because I want to play it. Anyways, moving on, Maevely, the survival island. This sounds like something I would like, and there's a demo, so. After a mysterious crash, you awaken alone on a strange island. Survive by hunting, farming, and crafting, then explore a vast archipelago filled with secrets, ancient ruins, and magical totems. Build your base, uncover the truth, and escape if you can. This is an open world survival crafting game, but it's like cozy and cute and pixely, so it does look like something I would really enjoy. It passes the vibe check, thank God. Put it on the list. Put it on the list. Getting my cozy game fix. Yeah, I've played games with similar premises. I loved that mushroom thing. We'll give it a try, hopefully. Then we have a game we have already seen, Wilderings: The Lost Spring. It's not on my wish list. Ah, demo. Yeah, I must have forgot to put the demo in my library. Hold on. Is this a mixed game? It could be. Did I just forget? We've seen this at another event. Oh my God, it's not on here. What the heck? Maybe I requested play to, okay. I think the demo is new. Yeah, okay. They posted the demo on the 3rd and it's the 4th. So I must have, the mixed showcase video took me 2 days to record because it was so long. Like I said, over 2.5 hours of raw footage for that video. It was so long that it just took me, I had to do it in 2 parts. And so the demo was posted yesterday, but I recorded the clip for I keep wanting to say it differently. Recorded the clip for Wilderings on the 2nd. And so I didn't know there was a demo. So this was at Mix. So let's get it on the list. Now that I requested playtest access to fill that in. Yeah, that makes some more sense. All right, so I'm gonna tag it as Mix and IGN Live. Yeah, okay. Awesome, yay, add to library, yay. It must technically be for Steam Next Fest. That's what I'm gonna think. Or maybe they had to post it for IGN Live and now they are like off embargo or something. I don't know. Hi-Fi Rush is next. This game obviously came out in 2023. Tango Gameworks, the developer, has literally been through hell since then. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure you can Google Tango Gameworks and oh my God, I wish the best for them. I hope that nothing bad has happened in that time. They've been through a lot, but it's nothing that's their fault. But I hope that nothing their fault has been added to that in the time. Anyways, test your abilities in 2 new game modes, uncover new rewards, and even a few secrets in the arcade challenge. So this is about the update for Hi-Fi Rush. Feel the beat as wannabe rockstar Chai and his ragtag team fight against an evil megacorp in a world that syncs to the music. This won a lot of awards when it came out, and still their studio nearly got shuttered by, I believe, Xbox and Microsoft. So don't quote me, but this was a big thing last year. I do believe since then, it says it's being published by Krafton. I believe since then Krafton stepped in and was like, hey, we got you. So thanks, Krafton. If you could work on the Ascent, that'd be great. I do still want to play this game. It's on my wish list. It has been for a while. I might look into trying to get my hands on it again, or like just buying it. It's 30 bucks. It's not that bad. So is there not an announcement here about the update? Is there any No, there's no announcements. Okay. Krafton has something against announcements on a Steam page, which is an interesting choice, to say the least. Then we have Dogpile. This game came out last year, December of last year. We have seen it at other showcases before. This is a roguelike deck builder about merging cute dogs into bigger dogs. Play dogs, get money, customize your dogs with special traits, refine your deck, play more dogs. Dogs! Yeah, it's been a minute since I've had to do that bit. Passes the AI vibe check, obviously. We've seen this before. I'm probably gonna look into getting my hands on it again, quite frankly. Because it's funny, because since this game was released, and I think since the last time we talked about this game, I got a dog. I got a little puppy. He's asleep on the couch right now. That's his favorite, one of his favorite spots. But yeah, I want to play it now because now I want to see if there's a dog that looks like my dog. I'm not seeing one though. The pug is kind of close, but like not close enough. But yeah, dogs. Speaking of dogs, House Flipper 2 Pets DLC coming out this year. There's no description. I gotta go to the House Flipper page. I thought I owned House Flipper because it recently like was the game that was free on Steam for like a weekend, but then we had to cover the Sakura DLC with Endix and I realized, oh, I don't own it. I think that was Power Wash Sim. The more I think about it, do I have that one in my library? Hold on. It's recent because like there was a weekend where it was free. Put in your library on Steam. No, I don't. What do I have? Is it the first house? It's the first House Flipper. Okay, it's not House Flipper 2. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, House Flipper 2, House Flipper 1 was free to put in your library and like download for a weekend on Steam. And so I did that probably because they're no longer updating it. It's all about House Flipper 2, baby. But yeah, we recently actually talked about House Flipper because of the Sakura DLC and now they're doing a pets one. It's a lot of DLCs, my guy. And then we have Dune-bound Tactics, which we have seen before. We might have demoed before. I think it's a reject at the very least. Lead your band of survivors on a perilous trek across unforgiving sands in search of a new home. Battle ruthless factions, scavenge dwindling resources, reshape the terrain to your advantage, and make life or death choices in Dune-bound Tactics, a roguelite turn-based tactical RPG. I do believe this is a demo dive reject. It passes the AI vibe check. We've seen this before different places. Looks like they are also being published by indie.io now. And I'm gonna see if we have this anywhere else on my Notion, because that's where I keep my list. Yes! It was at last year's Summer Game Fest, which means I might have covered this one already. Hold on. It looks familiar. That's why I'm like, did we play this? We might have. Yep, this is in another demo dive. We did play it, so I'm not putting it on this list. It is not a reject. We did play it at one point in time. I think I liked it well enough. The thing is, it's in a demo dive that hasn't gone up yet, so actually the footage for this will be going up before any of this year's footage. So I'm not gonna like push it or anything. But yeah, I think I liked it well enough. It was fun enough. I'm curious. I don't remember much. Then we got Trench Tales, a third-person action game set in a strange, war-torn world. Inspired by early 20th century themes, it offers open-ended exploration, scattered combat encounters, and glimpses into a broken land shaped by endless conflict. This is technically a war game. Trench Tales isn't surprising that it's a war game. Not my vibe. It came out May of last year, and it has mixed reviews on Steam. It's early access, no demo, so I don't really have to worry about that. Passes the AI vibe check. I'm curious what went wrong here, but not curious enough to look at more Steam reviews and pad out the runtime of this video. So then we got Leaf Blower Company. We've seen this before, for sure. Blow your leaves and your cares away in this chilled out work sim. Build up your business, buy new tools, and unlock upgrades, all while watching the leaves fly. After all, one man's trash is another man's cash came out November of last year. Mostly positive reviews. It was at one of last year's Wholesome Directs, so that's where we saw it. There's no demo, so we're not going to give it a shot, but it passes the AI vibe check, so if you like leaf blowing, sure. Don't kill them all is next. We're getting down to the wire here. And with this game, orcs don't die, they rage, embody their war chief, and lead them out of misery in this brutish strategy game with base building where one orc outburst can turn victory into disaster. Forge bonds between units, shape their personalities, and unleash their true potential both in and out of battle. There is no demo, but it does look like they're going to be in Steam Next Fest. It looks like they had an early demo, and then they will be moving that over to Steam. So I'm gonna put this on the wish list so it'll come up during Next Fest. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because I don't know if I'm gonna like this game. I am just gonna throw it on the demo list and just note that it's not out yet, but it might be. Yeah, because I have a tag for like games where the availability of it is like to be announced. So I'm just gonna tag it with that for now on my list. And if we roll it, we roll it. If it's available, we'll play it. Then we got Bus Simulator 27. Release date is to be announced. I'm assuming it's going to be either at the very end of this year or next year, because 27. Drive officially licensed buses from renowned manufacturers and manage your bus company to success. Felicia Bay's public transportation system is counting on you. I don't really play the sim games, like the big sim games. It passes the AI vibe check. I'm not a driving person though, so this one is a skip for me, which is fine. Then we have Where Birds Sleep, which looks really cool immediately. Like the art is very impressive. Join the ultimate expedition and enter Cormos's mind as he embarks on a grueling mission to chart a mysterious island shrouded in mind-bending fog. This sounds like a lot of like classic novels. Put your persuasion skills to the test and direct his fate with every word, but be prepared for unexpected consequences. A dialogue-heavy, story-rich game. There is a demo, which makes me very excited. It passes the AI vibe check, and they do have a full detailed list of content warnings on their website, which, yeah, but also they do mention some player choices and dialogue options may lead to this kind of content. So it comes down to you choose your options in the game. Like, I know that was a big thing. Like, there was a couple years ago, there was like a Dragon Age game or something where people were mad there was like queer romance in it. It's like, you picked that, bestie. You didn't have to go the queer romance route. It was right there. You clicked on it. You make your own decisions. So it seems like it's a similar thing here where it's like you make your own decisions, you know? I'm excited to demo this. This looks really cool. Like the art style makes me very excited. And whenever I see a really interesting art style nowadays, I get scared because I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna get impressed by it and then it's gonna be AI and then I'm gonna cry. But no, this one it passes the AI vibe check. So it is made by a person, which makes me happy. This looks really good though. IGN, you got me there. All right. Oh, a repeat. Milit Sonyer. I think that's how you say it. I've been in this playtest for years. It is critical reflex, so take it with a grain of salt. Every move you make is being followed by a colossal policeman. Anger, flatter, disappoint, deceive, or even romance him to escape in this Kafka-esque immersive sim. This is a demo dive reject, and it's been a demo dive reject for years because this has been shown off at showcases and things for years. And I've had playtest access to it before and just did not get to play it. So, hold on. I wonder if there's like an old playtest. No, there's not an old playtest in my library. I tried, guys. I do want to play this at some point, but we don't have playtest access right now. So, that's unfortunate. Our last game then is Gnaw with a G. Something's rotten in New Dino City, and it's up to you to solve the mystery in Gnaw. In this Metroidvania, explore a pre-apocalyptic saurian civilization hurtling towards self-annihilation. Meet strange characters, fight off twisted critters, and rescue your beloved city from extinction. Release date is coming soon. It passes the AI vibe check, and there's a demo, and so we're gonna put it on the list just because I'm intrigued by it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I am intrigued enough by it and its art style to give it a try. Onto the list you go. Yeah, I mean, that was not as successful as some other showcases we've covered. We did have, I believe, one AI game, which is unfortunate, but it says one hidden up here, and I don't know if that's the one I already hid, because I don't remember. It was Bellwright, so technically we probably had two then. But also, I did mention this before, that sometimes games get hidden because I have, like, settings for NSFW content and content with heavy gore on, so those do not show up on my Steam pages, particularly because I don't want to get demonetized in videos like this. So yeah, one of the hidden games could be because of my content settings, but one of them is AI, so there is that. The other one could also be AI, we're not really sure. But that was IGN Live. We spent more time with it than I would have liked, but not a total bust. Demo dive wise, we went from 63, so our first game was 64, and we made it to 75. So we added about 10 new games. 11 technically, because then some games were also showcased at other showcases. So yeah. I also forgot to tag Mexican Ninja from Endix. I tagged it with Mix. Was Mexican Ninja at Mix? Hold on. I think it was. I think we talked about it yesterday. So that it's been at like every showcase so far. Good for them. Yeah, it was at Endix too. It was at Endix. Was it at Mix? I might have made that up. I swear it was just at Mix though. I'm gonna leave that one. But that was IGN Live. I'm mildly impressed because we did have some really cool looking games here, but I'm also slightly disappointed because IGN, you could do better. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and hit the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. Let me know in the comments down below what game you are most looking forward to that was featured at this showcase. Keep it cute, keep it classy, keep it cordial, be nice, and let me know in those comments down below. As always, I hope everyone had or is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. I'm gonna go have lunch, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!